Hello everyone, this video by Intellipaat is all about MLOps Roadmap, a strategic plan you can follow to master MLOps in next 10 months. Now, here's the thing. Since 2023, I have personally noticed a trend in most of the data scientist and ML engineering job description. MLOps is consistently listed as a critical skill for being the part of any data science team. However, the problem is that most of the institution and the courses don't teach the skill. MLOps is something you can only learn when you understand the complete development process and life cycle of machine learning projects. But don't worry, by the end of this video, you will have a clear understanding of how to start learning MLOps and what steps to follow over the next few months. So let's get started. First thing first, what exactly is this skill called MLOps? Let's understand this with a simple example. Suppose you are building a grocery recommendation system for an e-commerce app. You have built the model in a Jupyter Notebook by using training dataset, have done a validation and testing with new batches of data, and this model performs well. But now comes a challenge. Deploying a model in your e-commerce platform. Here's how it works in action. A user visits the website, enters some input, the website makes an API call to your model. The model processes the input and returns the prediction, and finally the result is shown back to the user instantly. But that's not all. You also want your model to work with new data like user behavior, shopping pattern and inventory update, which are changing constantly. The model should give the real-time suggestion as people shop and continue improving as more data comes in. And if something goes wrong with the model in production, you need to be alerted immediately. Making all this work from building the model to deploying it, handling real-time data and monitoring it for issues is exactly what MLOps is all about. And to help you get started on your MLOps journey, I have created a simple roadmap you can follow step by step, which is designed to take you from the basics to mastering MLOps in a structured and practical way. Step 1 is to set up the Python environment. This keeps the project organized, ensures all the dependencies are in place, and make your code reproducible across different machines or team members. You can use tools like VNV or Conda to set up a clean Python environment. Step 2 is to set up the cloud environment. It provides a scalable foundation for an ML project. Services like AWS, Azure or GCP offering computational power, storage and tools like SageMaker, Azure ML and Vertex AI to help you build and deploy your model more efficiently. Now that your environment is ready, step 3 is to collect the right data according to your problem statement, which is the most important part of any machine learning project because the model learns directly from it. That's why it's important to collect the right data based on your problem. Data can be collected in various ways such as web scraping. This helps to extract information from website, using APIs to pull data from the online services, or accessing database for stored records. For example, in a grocery recommendation system, your model gets trained on data like purchase history, shopping time, user location, product category, and delivery patterns. Step 4 is to clean and prepare the data. After collecting data, you need to clean it. This involves handling missing values, removing duplicates, and fixing format. This process can be automated and scaled using tools like Apache Spark, Databricks, Dust, and Hadoop. Once the data is clean, step 5 is feature engineering. In this process, we transform raw data into meaningful inputs. For example, you can convert GPS coordinates into labels like urban or rural to understand shopping behavior. Start by writing these features in Python script, and as your project scales, use tools like Feast to manage and reuse these features consistently across different models. Step 6 is model training. Now that your data is clean and you have created meaningful features, you need to train your model. You can start by using libraries like scikit-learn for traditional machine learning or TensorFlow or PyTorch for deep learning models. During this phase, you will experiment with different dataset algorithms or configuration to see what gives the best result. To keep everything organized and trackable, tools like MLflow are extremely useful. They log each training run so that you can compare outcomes, reuse successful setups, and collaborate more efficiently with your team. Step 7 is after training your data. The next important step is validation, where you test the model on unseen data to evaluate the performance. This stage includes checking math tests like accuracy, precision, recall, or F1 score to ensure the model performs well before moving to the production. Step 8 is version control for code and data. By now, you need to manage changes over time both in code and dataset and ensure that your work is reproducible. For your code, you can use tools like Git along with platforms like GitHub or GitLab to track updates and collaborate effectively. For your data, tools like DVC or LakeFS allows you to save different versions of your datasets. Step 9 is to containerize with Dockers. Now that everything is organized and versioned properly, in this step you make sure the project is portable and scalable. That's where Dockers comes in. It helps package your code, dependencies, and environment into a single container, ensuring it runs smoothly on any system. Step 10 is to automate the CI/CD pipeline. Once your project is containerized, you can use tools like GitHub Actions, Jenkins, or GitLab CI/CD. These help streamline the process by automatically testing the code and deploying the model whenever the updates are made. This not only saves your time but also reduces the chances of human error. Once a model is validated, step 11 is to deploy the model. This is the stage where you make the model accessible to the real world. You begin by building the REST API using frameworks like Flask or Fast API. The API loads your trained model, listens for user requests such as what should the user buy, processes the input and returns the prediction in real time. Once your API is ready, you can deploy it using cloud services like AWS Lambda, Google Cloud Run, or Azure Container Apps. These platforms can take care of auto scaling, uptime, and traffic management, ensure that model runs smoothly and reliably with minimal manual intervention. Step 12 is to monitor your model. Once your model is live, you need to monitor it by tracking the accuracy, speed, and error. For this, tools like Prometheus, Grafana help visual matters and catch issues early. Another important part of monitoring is detecting data drift when real world data start to differ from the training dataset, like during holidays or seasonal changes. Tools like Evidently AI can detect this, helping you know and when it's time to retrain your model or update. Your CI/CD pipeline handles it automatically retraining and redeploying it model without any manual work. Step 13 is to automate the retraining and deployment. When data drift is detected or model performance is declined, your CI/CD pipeline can automatically retrain and redeploy the model without any manual intervention. This keeps the model accurate, up to date, and scalable, ensuring it continues to deliver reliable results in production environment. And here's a bonus step. If you are still learning or want to try powerful model without building everything from scratch, you can check out Hugging Face. It's a platform where you can find ready to use ML model from text analysis to image recognition. Just pick a model, test in Hugging Face notebook or Python script and experiment to practice. It saves a lot of time to help you understand how real world model works, especially when combined with MLOps practices we have just discussed. That is all from my side. Thanks for watching this video. If this video helped, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And you will find the detailed roadmap in the description below. See you in the next video.